out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
I'm Brandy Bruley, Superintendent of Taylorville Schools. We prepare every student for success because Taylorville schools are A+. Our new Fine Arts Center is moving forward, bringing big opportunities for our kids and our community. Learn more at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and go Tornadoes.
WTIM. Good morning, Central Illinois, and welcome to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and we start today's WTIM Morning Show looking into Assumption, and we start more specifically with Derek Page, the president of Assumption Community Pride. Derek Page is our first guest this morning. Derek, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you in this morning and in person as well. Thanks for making the drive all the way from Assumption. You folks have got a lot going on with summer coming up, and I know you've got a quarter auction coming up. Talk a little bit about this and what that's going to be like.
Yeah, so what this is it's a fundraiser for the farmers market, and the money that was being raised will be used for scholarships that we will eventually give out to 2 students. And what it is that it's at 1905. It's coming up on this Friday, April 24th, and it starts at basically things will be set up about 5 o'clock. The auction starts at 6, and exactly what a quarter auction is, I never really heard of it until the ladies that manage the farmers market kind of came up with this idea. But it is like you purchase a paddle, and then you'll be given a list of items for bidding. Each item has been given a quarter value. So let's say example, like a candle could be worth 1 quarter, beef sticks could be worth 2 quarters. Max amount would be for 4 quarters. When the item comes up, you decide how much you want to put in the way of quarters onto that item. So it's still kind of like you're still bidding with dollars. It's just in the quarter realm.
Okay.
And so the paddles will be numbered, and once everybody has a paddle number, you'll be holding them up when an item comes up to win. So it's something very unique. So I'm kind of interested to see how it goes because I've never been to one of these before. I guess it's kind of like a little bit of a new trend. So we'll see how it goes. But it's a great fundraiser for the farmers market, like I said, for scholarships to give out to high school students going into college.
Okay, so you're raising money for the farmers market, and then also for the scholarships. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the format of this. So you've got an item. It sounds like it has like a starting value of like some number of quarters, and then you bid like 1 to 4 quarters. So So you could add as much as like $1 to whatever the value is, and then you just keep bidding until everyone else stops.
That's exactly right.
Okay,
and it's in quarter increments.
Okay, yeah.
So it's kind of a fun thing. It's kind of a drawn out, but it's to be a fun time.
Yeah.
For it. So
okay, yeah. All right. So interesting. And then this is happening. You said this Friday, and it's happening.
1905.
Okay. All right. So. Perfect. And then do folks need to like sign up to go, or do you just show up?
No, you just show up. I mean, you can sit around and just drink and watch the activities, or then of course, I mean, we want you to come in and bid. So like I said, starting at 5 o'clock, they'll start with the process of getting you, if you're interested in bidding, buying you a paddle, and going from there.
Okay, so so that's exciting. That quarter auction coming up for in part to support the farmers market. Now, speaking of the farmers market, we're getting a little bit closer to the start of that. Any news to share in terms of dates or plans or anything like that?
We got the dates all set for 2026, and this is our second year. We're going to be having 1 week in Assumption, and then the next week will be in Moweaqua. So it'll start June 13th, that Saturday. That would be the grand opening. That would be in Assumption. Then on June 27th, it will be in Moweaqua. And then we'll go from June 11th in Assumption, July 25th in Moweaqua. We're going to take a little bit of a break in August because that appeared, people's kind of taking some vacations before school starts. So then we're going to start back up on September the 12th, be in Assumption. September 26th will be in Moweaqua. October 10th in Assumption, and then October 24th would be the grand finale in Moweaqua. So it really worked out well going back and forth because Moweaqua never really had a farmer's market. So they had kind of come to us asking them for some support. And we also had some vendors that was up there, and it was a little bit harder for them to come down to Assumption. So we're like, yeah, we'll give it a try. And really worked out very well. And in Moweaqua, they hold it in their park. That's the same park that they hold their powwows. And then in Assumption, we just hold it right downtown, right in front of 1905 in our business district.
Okay, so you've got the dates planned, because I think you had the first 2 dates figured out, I think, when we last spoke, and then you figured out all the other ones. So and then so your second year, you said, of alternating between the cities. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So exciting that that you've got the farmers market coming up. Around how many vendors did you have, like, at each of them the last time? Do you recall?
It varies. Starting out, one of the very unique things that we do, we always have live music at every one of these farmers markets, and we also try to get a food truck, and we have got that confirmed at all of them. So there'll be a live music and a food truck. Typically, it can range from 10 to like as many as 20.
Okay.
I would say. It just kind of, there at the beginning, we try to get quite a few. And then, like in July, sometimes during the heat, a lot of people won't kind of come out because, if they got their baked goods, they don't want them getting melted, per se. So weather plays a factor. I mean, if it's going to rain, we're not going to get that many people, of course. We try to cancel it well enough in advance before the rain comes. So it ranges between 10 to 20.
The amount of space that you have, I mean, I know in Assumption, right, you've got that whole road. Does it kind of work for that?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, it really does. It's been a great thing to have on it. And we've kind of tested it in other locations to kind of maybe leave Chestnut Street kind of open, and then we put it on a side street. Well, it kind of didn't work, because then you got more people traipsing into the grass, and we do this in the morning. So if we have a really high humid morning, then the grass is wet. So we just kind of stuck it out onto the street, and it's worked out really well.
Okay. All right. So really excited about the farmers markets coming up this summer. Anything else you want to share about that before we move on?
No, I mean, just come out and support the local vendors. I mean, we get them from all over around Christian County, then of course some from Shelby County, even some from Macon County. So it's a great thing to come out and experience. It starts at 9 a.m. On those Saturdays, and it's just a great experience.
What time does it run until?
Typically, it runs till 11.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice. So those farmers markets coming up in the summer. Can't wait to hear about how those go. I understand you've got another one of those puzzle competitions coming up in the summer. I think you spoke about one earlier when you were on the last time. So what can folks expect for this next one?
Well, so originally we were going to have it back into the spring, and we just kind of got some things we were unable to get the facility that we were going to hold the puzzle competition in. So right now the plan is we're going to hold it at some point during the summer. And what that is that it's a puzzle competition. We can hold it we hold it on a Sunday. You can just come, sit back, relax, get a group of friends together and put in a puzzle. We are kind of merging that in with the America's 250th anniversary. So it will be something patriotic. Don't want to fully give it away, but there will be an American flag that would be kind of into the background of this puzzle. And what it is that we'll set it up, and then you have essentially as much time as you need to get the puzzle together, but the first team to get it done will ultimately win a couple of gift cards. And so it's just something that we kind of started doing actually before COVID, and it's just kind of taken off every year, so it's get a group of friends, 4, you pay $10 to come in and put a puzzle together and enjoy a lazy Sunday afternoon.
Nice. Well, I think the task of putting a puzzle together, I think that adds some fun. You had the theme in there with the anniversary. You said a $10 cost to attend. Do folks have to sign up in advance, or do you just show up?
No, we ask that you do sign up in advance. And then you can message us on our Assumption Community Pride Facebook page, or you can go to First National Bank in Assumption and pick up a form then. Okay. Well, we're still working out on the dates. We hope to have that narrowed down by the end of this month, but we're hoping maybe in July to do this.
Okay, so so you've got that puzzle night coming up, and working to figure out that date. Anything else to share about that before
no, it's just been a great time. A lot of people end up buying the puzzles. We end up selling them for $20 afterwards.
Okay,
and it's just something that's been a fun thing to do.
Sounds like it. So looking forward to hearing about that. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, we'll take a look at some developments going on in terms of businesses and all of that going on in Assumption. I'm talking with Derek Page, the president of Assumption Community Pride, and we'll hear more from Derek after this break here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Find out all the great things happening in the Pana area on the WTIM Pana Morning Show, Tuesdays from 8:40 till 10. You'll hear interviews with Pana area community, nonprofit, and business leaders each week. The WTIM Pana Morning Show is brought to you by these sponsors.
Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, Bob Riding's Pana, and Okanee Chop Shop.
Jansen's Heating and Air is going to help you with your taxes.
That's right.
Good, Troy, because I'm having trouble figuring out these deductions.
Not those taxes. Through April, Jansen's is paying your sales tax.
Oh, so I guess you don't need these W-2s?
Put those tax forms away and just read what's on the script.
Okay, let's see. Purchase any item now through April 30th and Jansen's will pay your sales tax. Isn't that right, Troy?
Why are you talking like that?
Anything you need. High-efficiency filters, repair parts.
You sound like a game show host.
Or a brand new heating and air system. It can all be yours.
I'm getting a headache.
And Jansen's will pay your sales tax.
Please stop.
Okay, Troy. I will. If you'll help me with my taxes.
Fine.
Where was I? Oh, yes. Buy anything before April 30th and Troy Jansen will pay your sales tax.
I wish I could get a personal exemption from you.
Call 562-5201. JansensHeating.com.
I'm Will Perkins, President and CEO of Taylorville Community Credit Union. TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Hart Media Group Community Spotlight, allowing a different nonprofit organization to be highlighted on WTIM, WMKR, and WRAN each month.
Summer is calling at Camp Widgewagon, located right on Lake Springfield. Enjoy days filled with rock wall climbing, swimming, canoeing, and making lifelong friends in a space where every girl can be herself. From archery to arts and crafts, the fun starts here. And the best part, camp is open to all girls. You don't have to be a Girl Scout to join the fun, so bring a friend and let's make some memories. Want to keep the adventure going all year long? Now is the perfect time to become a Girl Scout. Visit getyourgirlpower.org to register for camp or start your Girl Scout journey.
TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Hart Media Group Community Spotlight. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
This is Perry Stanfa, owner of Central Illinois Truck Service in Greenville. Winter is coming. Get your rig ready to roll by booking your winter diesel engine service now. Book your appointment by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Looking for a new provider who puts your health first? SIU Family Medicine is accepting new patients. Call 217-824-1134 today to schedule your first appointment. That's 217-824-1134. SIU Medicine. Forward for you.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and I continue my conversation with Derek Page, the president of Assumption Community Pride. We spent the first segment talking about their upcoming quarter auction this week, as well as the farmers market and their puzzle competition that they're hoping to get going at some point. Sounds like the plans are in place, and they're just trying to figure out the date for it. See a lot of other stuff to talk about going on in Assumption. A couple new businesses have opened up in town. Derek, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we do. Two businesses basically got up and running this year. Really, one of them just opened up this month, and it's a diesel mechanic shop. It's called J&R Diesel. They actually located in the downtown area, actually where the old 1905 was. Two guys got together. They've always been working with diesel trucks, and so they got together, opened up a business, and it's really kind of looks like it's been kind of taken off on it. There's been quite a demand, from what I've been told by these guys, about work on diesel trucks. So glad to have somebody in Assumption that's able to do that. They also do other things on regular vehicles as well. So just because you have if you don't have a diesel truck, they can still go in there, rotate your tires, do an oil change, fix, other little common elements that may go out. So definitely worth a shot. J&R Diesel is the name of that. And the other one that we have is, so our Subway has closed. And then a lady, a J&J Diner is going to be the name of that restaurant. They've already come in and they fixed up the old Subway. And then also they've, when the Friendly Bar went out of business, they've bought that business as well. So basically they're making one big giant restaurant in there, and they serve some great foods there. They serve, smash burgers. So you can get any type of hamburger that you can really think of. They get tenderloins, chicken strips, chicken sandwiches, sloppy joes. They got a kids menu as well. You can even get some funnel cake, fries. Typically they're open in the lunchtime and in the dinner hour as well. They've kind of been doing a little bit of a test to kind of see the demand for the dinner times. So kind of watch their Facebook page, and two, they're still remodeling. So right now, how they kind of have it set up is they have a seating area inside, but they don't have their commercial kitchen up yet, but they had a food truck. So you go inside, you sit down, and then they prepare the food in the food truck, and then they bring you the food in. So it's really kind of a unique setup right now. And I have to commend them. Right when when the Subway had closed, they came right in and bought it and started working right away. So happy to have them in, and another alternative to getting some food in Assumption, especially when we unfortunately lost DJs. It's a little bit of a different type of food. I mean, like I said, hamburgers and fries, it's still some great stuff to eat by some great people.
No, it sounds great to hear about both of them. And then, in terms of that restaurant, I think that's I think the first time I've ever heard of a setup like that where you're making the food in the food truck. But hey, it sounds like they're making it work. So they
had a great food truck business, and so they were really well known around in the area. So we was happy to hear that they were going to open up a storefront and serve food out of there.
Nice. So, great for them. And then going back to the diesel auto shop place, it seems like Assumption is a good place to have one of those, right? Because, you're dealing with these trucks, they're, driving like really long distences, and they might drive through Assumption depending on kind of their trajectory. And then they've got the shop right there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And when I talked to Jeremiah Burns and Remington Menard about their business that's coming in, they talked about just the demand. I mean, I don't own a diesel vehicle, but I guess it's not as easy as just taking it to some mechanic down the road that you might know, because it does take a special field of knowledge on working with these vehicles. And considering, we are a rural farming community, a lot of people have diesel vehicles and diesel trucks. So it's great to have something like that here and around. And also, they helped me. I have a regular truck, and I had some electrical issues. They helped me out with it right there. I mean, they were able to pinpoint it. So like I said, they can really, it's just great to have another mechanic in town to help you out.
No, that's great. So happy for the folks behind both of those businesses. I'll tell you what, we're coming in on 90 seconds left. You've talked plenty on this show before about the subdivision in Assumption. Sounds like one of those lots has been sold. Tell us about it.
Yes, it's a great start. So the closing is going to be happening at the end of the month. But yes, one lot has sold. It has sold lot number 7 out of the 16 that we have. So it's going to be a developer, and he's going to be building a spec house. So eventually, I think there's going to be some economic development in the county, I feel. And I think this is a great start to kind of get this rolling. And so we're happy to see that somebody's going to be out there building. Hopefully by later in this year, there'll be another house that will be built. I know I've talked with a developer out of Bethany, and they've mentioned about, if they can get a house sold in Findlay, then they'll be more than happy to build a house in Assumption. So hopefully we can kind of start getting this stuff rolling. Granted, the economy wasn't the best when we kind of started this. Nobody really predicted what things were going to take off in late 20 to 21 in the rate of inflation. And now with gas prices being the way that they are, so we are happy to see that there's some movement going on out there, and one house is being built. But hopefully, with some things going on in the county, we can get more people to look at building out there.
Well, that progress has to feel really good there. Derek Page, president of Assumption Community Pride, joining us this morning. Derek, thank you.
Hey, thank you for having me.
And thank you for listening here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with another conversation.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville.
96.1 FM Taylorville.
107.5 FM